Shalom, Israel. This is Sister Kana. And first and foremost, I have to give all glory and praise to AHAYAH, Bahashim Yeshaya, Wakradash Rabak. And just thank the Most High because He is amazing and, He's working in our favor. And, I just want, everybody to know, to keep praising the Most High. We are fasting and praying every Tuesday night sundown to Wednesday night sundown. So just to, let you guys know if anybody's interested in joining in our fast. And also, if you never fast before, this is a good way to start. We're doing it once a week, until, Yeshaya comes now. I don't know, we'll just try to keep praying and fasting for the Most High. And learning, how to convict our flesh so that we can learn how to fast. Also, I'm very happy to announce that we have a location, a gathering in Jordan. Now have a building that we can come together in and keep our holy feast days, keep the Sabbaths. So I'm so excited. I'm praising the Most High. He's still blessing. It's just amazing. And I just give all glory and praise to AHAYAH, Bahashim Yeshaya. So many people have so many things to say about what's going on in Jordan, but trust me, the Most High is still, blessing, and, we, excited. A lot of brothers and sisters are coming out. Some people, are dealing with things, and like I've always told you that you have to come down off the sorcery. You have to come down off of the, Babylonian mentality, the spirit, the thinking. So a lot of people are going through that, and maybe they don't see themselves, but I kind of like put it out there before. So I mean, it is, this is the case, and so look forward to meeting brothers and sisters, and can't wait. But there's some brothers and sisters that kind of need to like stay away and take care of themselves and rid themselves of certain spirits and things that they were doing in Babylon. Because the Most High does purge you out here, and people are being purged, and they're going through things. So I don't want to act like it's not happening. The Most High is dealing with Israel, and He said in the scriptures that Israel will not go unpunished, and people are being dealt with, and being corrected, and these kind of things will happen. But I'm praising the Most High. I'm still excited. I see the children of Israel coming out, and I just want to give all glory and praise to AHAYAH for it. I'm so excited. Having to be here for so long, by myself, and praying and fasting for the children of Israel to come. Now I'm starting to see it, and it's amazing. So I got to give glory and praise to AHAYAH for that. So also I wanted to give, this video is really going to be based on, some information about, coming to Jordan, because I've, met with some brothers and sisters, and, a lot of people are still like kind of confused about the location of Jordan. And it's obviously, I have to say, it's just due to lack of study. Because, once it's one thing because you have people, elders, and, Israelite men who are teaching us, who are not talking about certain information. They're not talking about the borders. They're not talking about Jordan. They won't tell you where to go. Matter of fact, they're telling you not to go to Jordan. And the only way you're going to really get this information if you study. And that's the requirement of the Most High. He said, study to show thyself approved to AHAYAH, so that the workmen should not be ashamed. It's a shame for any brother and sister to be talking and they don't know what they're talking about, and it just shows a lack of study. So if you're talking about, because what happened is that some brothers and sisters were talking about going to Saudi Arabia, and at this point in the game, people should have went into their Bibles and done some study to know where to go and what not, and where not to go. So I wanted to just talk about this because, not only is it scripture where it shows you that we're supposed to be in Edom and where we're going to be. In Isaiah 63, it shows that Christ is going to come back to Edom to get his redeemed, Why would he come back to Edom of all places? Everybody talking about, oh, that's Esau territory. Well, why is Yeshaya coming back to Edom? He got a whole chapter of him talking about coming back to Edom. Why would Yeshaya come back to Edom? Why? Because the children of Israel will be there. That's why. And at this point, when if brothers and sisters are talking about Saudi Arabia, the holy mountain is in Saudi Arabia, it's really sad, but it just shows a lack of studying. And if you allow someone to tell you that, go to Saudi Arabia, or you waiting to go to Saudi Arabia, and judgment comes on upon you, you can only blame yourself. You cannot be crying out to the Most High, talking about, oh, why? Because for you to go into them scriptures and study, and especially if someone has pointed it out, the information. Because I've done extensive videos on KADESH, EDOM, and the Holy Mountain and where it is. So at this point, it's unexcusable for anybody to be receiving that information and then taking it as truth. It just clearly shows that you're not going into the scriptures and studying. AHAYAH commands you to study to show thyself approved. And so people want to say, oh, I don't follow no man and I don't do another, but yet you're being led because just somebody told you. If you just go into the scriptures and you read the Exodus and how Moses led the children of Israel out, it's clear that they were in and around Edom, in Petra, in Jordan. It's so clear. So at this point, it's becoming shame on you if you have that kind of dialogue and you're not studying. And if anybody brings that information to you, you should have studied so that you can kind of correct them. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys, because the reason why I bringing this up is because I had a few conversations with brothers, and these are men of the Most High talking like this. Talking about, the Most High said there's going to be a prepared place, which the scriptures does say he's preparing a place. But the prepared place doesn't necessarily have tents already set up for you. There's some things that you have to do. Israel came out with substance. They was able to buy certain things. They came out with sheep and goats. And just like coming out of Babylon, people are coming out with substance. Everybody ain't broke and poor and don't have a way to make a way. That's not the case with everybody. So for people to use that as an excuse, it's just not an excuse. So they're looking at Saudi Arabia, because now on the news they have Saudi Arabia have hundreds of thousands of empty tents sitting and waiting that can house at least millions of people with air conditioning, mind you. Perfect scenario for brothers and sisters to be thinking that Saudi Arabia is the place. And I tell you, Esau is working overtime. Yeah, they would have 100,000 tents waiting in Saudi Arabia outside of the borders, where the Most High said, I will protect those within my borders. Not on the outskirts of the borders, not in and around the borders, within the borders. So anything outside of the borders, you're not protected. So Esau would have some hundreds of thousands of tents waiting for the children of Israel to go there, and you're not protected by the Most High. And then some destruction happens, and the children of Israel is doomed again. So you better study. That's why the scripture says, study to show thyself approved. And nobody is saved until the end, because Esau has loads of snares. And if you don't study, you'll wind up in a place that you need not be. And the Most High commands you to study, to make sure you know what you know. Okay? So I just want to kind of show you these little things so you can be clear. Hold on. Let me see if I could do this. If it'll turn around. No, it won't do it. So let me turn my camera around. Hold on. Okay, so this is it. So as you can see, it says Saudi Arabia has 100,000 empty tents with AC for 3 million people. They've taken no refugees, so nobody's using these tents. It's just perfect. They're sitting there. Here's the picture of all the tents. Beautiful, nice. Wow. Amazing. Saudi Arabia has tents waiting. And Syria, all those refugees that came out of Syria, they couldn't get those tents. And they say they used the tents for, they're in this, in an area called Mina, and they use it to host an annual Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca. So that's what they say they're using these tents for. But people, brothers and sisters, are seeing these tents and going, oh, yeah, that's for us because we're supposed to be in Saudi Arabia. First of all, if you go into the scriptures, you'll know and read we're not supposed to be in Saudi Arabia. Because for one, Saudi Arabia is outside of the borders. Here's another shot of all the millions of tents. And brothers and sisters, it's like, oh, it's a prepared place. Yeah, okay. You go ahead. So, and I just want to give you a little shot. It's not a good shot, but of the borders again. This is a better shot. I just made a little circle around. Because when you go into Numbers 34 and it tells you about the reading the borders, you can start reading, and I'll just read a little bit. It says number 34 and 3. It says, then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin along by the coast of Eden, and your south border shall be the outmost coast of the sea. And that's talking about towards the Dead Sea, right? And your border shall turn from the south to the ascent of Akrabim and pass into Zin. And if you watch my Edom videos or Kadesh video, you know the wilderness of Zin is also Kadesh, Petra. That's the same. And going to, therefore shall be from the south of Kadesh Barnea, which is also the same area, and shall go to Hazadar and pass on to Azman. Read Numbers 35, and the border shall fetch to compass Azman into the river of Egypt, and going out of it shall be at the sea. So that's letting you go. It stops at across to Egypt. It doesn't go over the Nile River, and it goes out into the Mediterranean. Those are our borders. So it don't go as far down to Saudi Arabia. That's what it's saying. It does not go down as far as Saudi Arabia. When you jump down to Numbers 34 and 7, it says, and this shall be your north border from the great sea. You shall point out to Mount Hor. That's going right back around from the Mediterranean back to Kadesh, right where Mount Hor is. All the way Mount Hor into Hamath, going out to Syria. So it does not even go down. Our borders does not go all the way down to Saudi Arabia, basically. So anybody who's talking about Saudi Arabia, going to Saudi Arabia, is not studying, or they're trying to deceive you. That's the bottom line. Then I wanted to point to this article, and I saw a video talking about the original historical background of the Saudi royal family. There's this long story, and it's basically telling you that these people are Jewish. The kings of Saudi Arabia are Jews. So that's why Saudi Arabia is working so close with America and Israel, and they're in the same category as Israel. Why? Because they're Jewish. So if you're thinking of going over to Saudi Arabia and have them Jews set you up in camps, thinking that Mount Sinai is over there, you are going to be really into a rude awakening. Because the Most High told you to study to show yourself approved. And the scriptures, if you go into our borders, we are not supposed to be in Saudi Arabia. Yes, the scripture says Arabia, but, and for those people who know that scripture, Mount Sinai is in Arabia. At the time in the biblical times, that whole peninsula was considered Arabia. All Jordan and Saudi Arabia, all of it was considered Arabia. So it didn't talk about what's present day Saudi Arabia. So I just wanted to put that out there to brothers and sisters so that you will study. Do the Exodus. Put it together. I've done videos on it, and I'll put my videos in the description box so that you can see. And this is just one thing that's telling you that these they have traced that the Saudis belong to the Anza tribe, which were settled in Niger around 1450 AD, it is said that the swords were originally Jews and shrewd feudal lords. So this is placing that the people who are presently running Saudi Arabia are Jewish, just like the Israelis in Israel today. We are not to go into Israel till Christ come, and we definitely should not be in Saudi Arabia outside of the borders, where the Most High tell you, I will protect those only within my borders. That's what the scripture says in the Apocrypha. I don't have the scriptures right in front of me, but I'll put the link to the videos that I put together that have those scriptures. So I urge brothers and sisters to study and not listen to people, because the Most High said in Matthew 24, it says possibly the elect will be deceived. Matthew 24 says possibly the elect will be deceived. So brothers and sisters, you have to study. You have to do your own research to make sure that you are going to the right location, because people are really adamant about Jordan. Why? What's the problem? When the scripture says in Daniel that Edom, Moab, and Ammon will escape out of the hands. That's the prophecy of Daniel. So Jordan is a place of refuge. I've given many scriptures on that, and I'll put the links in the description box on where our people should be. Praise the Most High, and come out of her, my people. Get out of Babylon, as Revelation 18 tells us. The Most High said, come out of her, my people. So it's time to flee. So if you watch my videos, I say this over and over like a parrot. Come out of her, my people. Come out of her, my people. That's what the Most High put on my spirit to say, and I'm sharing it with my brothers and sisters. You got the scriptures that tell you where Mount Sinai is. I did a couple of videos on it. I did EDOM videos. So at this point, no one should be talking about Saudi Arabia. I mean, come on. The gig is up. The cat is out of the bag. Receive it. Praise AHAYAH and take heed. The door is closing. The window of opportunity is closing. Get out of Babylon. I'm so happy again. I'm thanking the Most High for his blessings and, seeing brothers and sisters come out. We have a location, and, I praise the Most High. And I just want to thank brothers and sisters who's, been supportive and, helping, like with the tabernacle and with, different things. Sister Zara, praise the Most High for her. She is a blessing. Sister Sharon, and just there's a lot of other people who have just really, just in their hearts want to serve the Most High and don't have any, malicious intent, no, alternative motives. You know what I'm saying? Just doing it because they want to do the work and they want to see our people, make it, and they trying to make, help other brothers and sisters come together. So I praise the Most High for all the brothers and sisters who've helped and donated towards, just being a help, and praise AHAYAH. So I say I bless you all. Please join us with fasting and praying on Tuesday, sundown, and Wednesday sundown, one day a week. And I say shalom, guys. We're getting ready to go into the Shabbat, so bless you.